On the campus of the University of California, Berkeley, where the California Golden Bears will host the Louisville Cardinals. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm your guy, Dr. Ty Douglas, joined by my Voice of Cal Soccer partner and Cal Soccer alum, Fernando Andrade. We're here to help bring the juice with your play-by-play and color commentary today. Fernando, this is an exciting match, ready to kick off, and excited to hear your initial thoughts on what is a crucial fixture for both teams.
Yeah, a very, very important fixture for both sides. The Cardinals and the Golden Bears looking for their first conference win of the season. They're both at this moment at the bottom of the table for the conference, so they're both very desperate to get those 3 points on the table, and it should be an exciting matchup here today.
It's a beautiful sunny day here in Berkeley, California. Temperature is a little warmer than usual, but we are grateful for the sunshine and grateful for you joining us. The Cardinals are wearing their black kit today. The Golden Bears are wearing white. Starting lineup for the Cardinals. Number 1, A.J. Piella. Number 2, Alayinka Oganyele. Sorry, number three for him, excuse me. Number 6, J.P. Jordan. Number 8, T.J. Kalahali. Number 9, Gage Guerra. Number 10, Leon Kundik. Number 12, Philip Fredol. Number 13, Michael Lee. Number 16, Josh Jones. Number 19, Noah DeBlasis. Number 24, Jack Lewis. Head coach is John Michael Hayden. And for the Golden Bears, in goal number 1, Marco Brogger. Number 2, Kevin Carmichael. Number 3, Giancarlo Mota. Number 5, Gaku Nishimura. Number 9, Rohan McElligott. Number 10, Nanso Adimabua. Number 11, Kieran Bracken-Sera. Number 19, Alfredo Ortiz. Number 27, Malcolm Zalayat. Number 29, Santiago Hopkins. Number 33, Bo Morrison. The Golden Bears are coached by head coach Leonard Griffin. And we have had just under 3 minutes of action. The Golden Bear on the field now seeking to get a little bit of attention. It looks like Nanso Adimabua, slow to get up, but making his way in conversation with the referee for today.
The Golden Bears in their traditional 4-4-2 lineup, as it appears to be that the Cardinals are playing a boxed midfield, a 3-box and 3 up top. That should be a challenge. That'll play a challenge for the Golden Bears, as the boxed midfield has proven to work against them. A prior rival, SMU, when they were here, did that very well. So we'll see if the Cardinals can execute that here today.
Golden Bears are coming off of a tough defeat, a 2-1 loss to UNC most recently. Conversations pre-match with the head coaching staffs, both staffs indicating how important this match is for the teams. You mentioned, Fernando, both teams looking for their first ACC wins.
It was quite funny speaking to the Golden Bears head coach Leonard Griffin before this match. Nanso Adimabua has scored 2 goals this season, both in the state of North Carolina in away games. He was hoping they could play at North Carolina against Louisville, but that's obviously not possible. All jokes aside, he's been performing well away, and they're looking to try and get him to do that here at home as well.
McElligott, a little wayward on that cross. He's starting today. Good to see him out there. Yeah, you mentioned that, and interestingly enough, for those who have watched both of Adimabua's goals, they were somewhat similar, I believe. 2 left-footed strikes from distance. That last one against UNC was actually a humdinger, a really good finish. And so I'm sure that he will be looking to add to that tally. Coach John Michael Hayden talked about the first time coming out here to play in an ACC match. Dealing with the travel was a little different for them, but was excited to play a good Cal team. He also mentioned he actually played against Coach Leonard Griffin. While Coach Hayden was at Indiana, he played against Coach Griffin's UCLA teams. And also, when Coach Hayden played for the Houston Dynamo, he played against Coach Leonard Griffin, who was playing for the LA Galaxy at the time. So old foes connecting, if you will, on the sideline now, but have a history having played against each other between the lines.
I mean, that's not uncommon once you have two coaches at two big programs. That they all know each other in some way, shape, or form. I mean, Leonard Griffin was a Division I champion as a student athlete for UCLA on the men's soccer team. Indiana, obviously a powerhouse when it comes to men's soccer, so not surprising there at all for these two quality coaches.
And Coach Hayden was diplomatic in his response when I asked him about players to watch. He actually said, "Listen, I'm looking for a team performance today. I don't care who steps up and gets it done." He also talked about my favorite question that we ask all of our coaches who come. The most important question of all, Fernando, is who's your team that you support internationally, and if you have a Premiership team, for example. He mentioned again, he was sort of diplomatic. He said he likes good football. He said he mentioned Arsenal and Man City being teams that play good football. So I was a little disappointed that he didn't reference my beloved Liverpool. But nevertheless, he did give us a little nod. He talked about Klopp and Arne Slot. But he is a lover of good football. And, of course, Coach Leonard Griffin is a Manchester United fan. So for those of you who are watching across the world, across the country, we're excited to have some good football here. And we're inside the 7th minute with the score is 0-0 between the California Golden Bears and the Louisville Cardinals. Intercepting, the Golden Bears seeking to mount an attack. Strong tackle, questions asked by sideline. Referees and lines folk have nothing to say but to point for a throw-in. Play continues.
Plenty of strong tackles here in the initial 8 minutes of this match, and I think it's a reflection of just how intense these next 80-plus minutes are going to be. Both teams are really, really looking for those 3 points here today. Either way, they'll be disappointed if they don't get it. So I think they're just showing that from the very start. The first 15 minutes should be playing a big, big role in this matchup, especially with the heat, which shouldn't be underestimated. We're about at a bit over 90 degrees Fahrenheit in early October, which is crazy even for California, for those watching out of state. So that'll definitely play a role in this game.
Yeah, it's unusually hot today. Temperatures dropped down to about 85 degrees now, so you have some water breaks that will be taken. Coaching staffs agreed to that before the match, and so the intensity in play will be matched by the intensity in heat. So the Golden Bears are crossing there. It's collected cleanly. Goalkeeper Piella, a Columbus, Ohio native. It was interesting to look at the rosters and the makeup of the rosters, Fernando. They talked about the fresh trip west for the ACC play, but in looking at the Louisville roster, it's interesting to note that I believe they have one player from Kentucky, but the rest of the squad is from around the country and a number of international players.
Yeah, you see that more and more nowadays in Division I programs, especially top Division I programs. Plenty of internationals, plenty of out-of-state, and it has a lot to do with just what college athletics looks like today. Great defending there by Rohan McElligott.
Cardinals looking to build and maintain possession. Good touches there. Throw in for the Cardinals. I imagine that any new player to the Louisville Cardinals will be informed that you don't say Louisville, but you must say Louisville. I will make sure our listening audience knows we're respectful as the shots come in. It's a shot by number 6, J.P. Jordan, that goes over the top. We are educated over here in California. We know that you don't say Louisville, that you say Louisville, like you got marbles or rocks in your mouth. So I hope that our Louisville Cardinals fans appreciate our attentiveness to that. And as we introduce our audience to new ACC counterparts, it's important to differentiate between the Louisville Cardinals and the Stanford Cardinal. All right, so I know these are new friendly foes here, and we want to make sure that we can say their names with all the grace and aplomb that they deserve. Throw in for the Golden Bears. Ball is held up by Adimabua. Crowd is filling up the stadium. It's definitely not too late for you to join us if you're in the Bay Area. It's a strong contingent of red here in the stadium from the Cardinals fans that have made this trip. And the faithful Golden Bears fans are also here, robustly ready to shout and support their team. Ball finds Adimabua, who finds space. Mura, ball's crossed over this opportunity. That was a lovely cross and opportunity for McElligott to open the scoring for the Golden Bears. His header goes just wide, but that was a good opening chance for the Golden Bears.
Great little cross there by Alfredo Ortiz, who's been brilliant all season long, especially on that left foot of his. I'm sure McElligott would have wanted to put that away, wasn't able to there, unluckily, but that's going to be the key here for the Golden Bears. The Cardinals are doing a great job in building forward. They're maintaining possession. They're getting into the Golden Bear half. And if the Golden Bears can just find counters, as they just did, and get them on that, catch them on that, I think that's what will make them successful today.
That was a full-blooded tackle. Santiago Hopkins leaned in and was in a tackle with number 3, Layenka. There's an early yellow card. It's been given. It's number 27, Zalayat. He's pleading his case. Referee will have nothing to do with it.
That's a smart decision by the referee to book him early on. We just saw this tackle by Hopkins, which was a great clean tackle. But again, the intensity's picking up. You don't want to lose control of the game.
Yellow card shown to
back-to-back
harsh
tackles like that. You don't get the ball. You definitely want to call it early. Not smart from a talented player. Oh.
This could be trouble.
You've got to be careful if you're Zalayat here. 2 fouls in 2 seconds is not the move, especially in this part of the field.
For those who want to translate what the referee was trying to say when he extended his arms there, he likely said, "Don't do that again. That's perhaps your last chance."
Or else, yes. Not very smart. If you're going to foul, that's not where you want to foul, especially as a forward, right? There's not much to do there. So definitely must be careful, and I would not be surprised if we see an early substitution here for Malcolm Zalayat sometime soon to avoid that second booking.
Corner kick, Louisville.
Kadeli earning a corner for the Cardinals, the first one of the game. Inside the 13th minute, corner is being taken by the Cardinals. In swinging corners, Ripty and Lowe is met at the near post.
Well done there by Santiago Hopkins. Very, very intense start for him. He's done well managing to get stuck in, clear the ball. A very, very explosive and great start for the senior.
That corner was taken by Leon Kundit, who's a 6'4" forward from Slovenia. It's interesting, though, at 6'4", you would think they would win him in the box. but he actually was the one whipping the ball in. And the Cardinals have a number of lanky, tall players, so certainly something to keep in mind, the aerial threat of the Louisville Cardinals.
Without a doubt, a very, very physical team, not only tall and lengthy, but also strong and quick. So, again, we'll see how the Golden Bears manage with that. While the Golden Bears do have some great physicality on their roster, it's not all 11 that may be showing that off. So we'll see if those mismatches ever take place on these set pieces.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, on the ball now is 6'5" Josh Jones, as well as we have Noah DeBlasis from Ontario, Canada, from Toronto, who's 6'3". Not to mention Ogunleyu, who's 6'4". So lots of height. I'm thinking that they may have had some basketball history as well, and for some of these players. Who knows? Many of these athletes are two and multiple sport athletes. Louisville was well respected for their basketball programs, and perhaps some of these soccer players may have been mistaken to play basketball. But here we have the ball. It's been picked up nicely, controlled by number 13, whipping in, and has earned another corner. That's Michael Lee, another Toronto, Ontario native, who has earned the second corner for the Louisville Cardinals.
Yeah, these set pieces will definitely present some challenges here for the Golden Bears. You see Nonsua Dimabua coming back in to cover Kevin Carmichael, Santiago Hopkins, but potentially Morrison. But besides that, they may be in trouble here.
That's a dangerous cross. Opportunity. Whew. That's another full-bodied coming together. Both players' eyes on the ball. Brocker up on his feet, but now back on his knees or crouched down, trying to catch his breath. Well, Ogunleyu is on the field in discomfort.
The initial call was an offsides call, which I'm sure it's the right call. Was pretty obvious from the get-go, but yeah, unfortunate to see the collision. Surprised that we haven't seen any on-the-field treatment yet, considering it is a hit to the head.
Ogunleyu is from Bolingbrook, Illinois. Good to see him making his way to his feet and looking like he's going to be able to continue, which is great to see. Dangerous when the ball is in the air and both players are focused on the ball. Sometimes those collisions are inadvertent but certainly painful. It's good to see him making his way back towards his defensive position. Big kick by Brugger. Carmichael rising high. Opportunity here for the Golden Bears. Salayet trying to keep that one in. Runs out of real estate.
Again, it's those situations where the Cardinals need to be careful on these transitions. They're building out well, but then when you give the ball away, can California punish you for this?
It's an opportunity. On his right foot, space now. Could it be for Nonsua Dimabua?
What a save by Piela.
Great shot and an excellent save by Piela.
Again, that is exactly where the Cardinals need to be careful. They've done a great job so far in building out and getting into the California second half. But again, once you lose the ball there, you're going to get punished. Alfredo Ortiz did not get his preferred look on his left foot, but Dimabua is right there on the spot. Fantastic save by the goalkeeper with his right foot.
Fresh corner for the Golden Bears. Good cross. Golden Bears rising high. Studded into the danger area.
Here we go.
Counter-attack opportunity for the Cardinals. Intercepted by the Golden Bears.
Here we go.
Opportunity for the Golden Bears now again. Zlayet, Adimabua, 2 against 4. Adimabua has created some space and found shooting opportunity. McElligott.
That is the third opportunity on that transition by the Golden Bears. That'll be the key for them here today as they look to get a somewhat of a corner kick with the long throw from the senior, Santiago Hopkins. He'll put this right at the penalty spot.
Deep throw by Hopkins. Ball is flicked inside. Knocked back into the mixer by Mota. And collected by Piella. Already we've seen a couple of attempted clearances or passes out of the back for the Cardinals that have been a little bit wayward. I'm thinking that's not what their head coach Hayden would have in mind, putting themselves under some undue pressure that actually have created 2 or 3 good chances for the Golden Bears. We'll see if that becomes a theme in this match.
Well, like I said, I think that'll be the key for California to apply that pressure. We're seeing this again, just gets a touch off of the goalkeeper, right? So if California can continue to apply this pressure, they could get lucky with one of these opportunities. And the Cardinals need to be careful here because, again, we see it here again. They'll keep on losing the ball.
The guy gets hidden.
If California continues to get these opportunities, they'll take advantage of one, and that'll change everything. But here we go on the other side, and if it works to their favor, then it's a whole different ballgame.
Cardinals now with opportunity on the right. Fancy step overs, finding space and time and shooting. Jordan's shot was blocked. The top of the box and throwing into the Cardinals. J.P. Jordan is a Keller, Texas native. He's a 5'9" senior. Got some cool hair as well. I'd love to see a midfielder when he's got the hair that can bounce in the middle of the park like that. I wish I had that type of mane, right? That your hair could just bounce like that. And he has the game to match as well for a lovely ball that's sprayed wide to number 13, Michael Lee. Lee cuts inside and is looking to shoot. Curling. It's blocked. Potential pass, and it's there. What a finish. Go, 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 go. Cardinals. A shot that turned into a cross, that turned into a brilliant finish by the Louisville Cardinals striker.
20, beg your pardon, number 9 of the Cardinals, Gage Guerra, that comes in the 20th minute.
Gage Guerra with a lovely finish, a side volley, as we would say, out of a deflection that he did the hard work of turning a shot come cross into a goal.
Yeah, I mean, and this is part of the physicality, the mismatches that we were talking about here, right? The 5'10" forward just completely outbodies the 5'5" sophomore Giancarlo Mota. Not much Mota can do about it there, just gets outplayed physically, and I mean, what a finish there from number 9, Gage Guerra. The senior just catches it first time on the volley off a deflection. To be fair, it is very close range. Not much Marco Brocker can do about it, but my goodness, what a great finish there. First time off the volley, not much more you can ask.
Yeah, that's a high degree of difficulty there. And Braga, to his credit, got his hand to it and nearly capped it out, but the force and the accuracy of the shot overwhelmed his outstretched arm, and the ball found the back of the net. 1-0 to the Louisville Cardinals in the 20th minute. Not how the Golden Bears would have hoped to have started this match, having had 2 or 3 opportunities to perhaps get their noses in the front, in front early in the game.
Not how they'd like to start, and already substitutions being made. We see Santiago Hopkins that's already stepped off the field. Surely Isaiah Thomas will be the one replacing him. Eric Duncan coming in for Malcolm Zelaya. Not surprising whatsoever considering the early booking. Justin Knighton already for Alfredo Ortiz. Surely that just has to do, again, taking care of the players with the heat at this moment, just being smart with rotations. But I mean, you're halfway through the first half. It's a great time to make some energizing substitutions because, like you mentioned, Dr. Ty, it was working initially for California. A little fake start there from Brock and Sarah, but it was working initially for California with the opportunities, getting them on the transition. But when you can't execute, when you can't put those away, which were 3 clear chances, you're going to get punished, and that's what the Cardinals did to the Golden Bears now.
Yeah, I mean, the statistics on the side there of the board, if you can see it, tell that story. There have been 6 shots for the Golden Bears, 1 corner, but no goals. Whereas for the Louisville Cardinals, there have been 4 shots in 1 corner, but the score is 1-0. It's not about just how many chances you create, but it's how many you take. And the Louisville Cardinals have taken their chance with aplomb. Guerra with a lovely finish. I mean, that's a striker's finish. And he made no mistake in opening his account in the account for Louisville Cardinals. Free kick for the Golden Bears. In a dangerous area. They'll be looking to equalize as soon as possible. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. Ball's played back into the box.
Both crosses failing to beat the first man, which is not what you want to see if you're Leonard Griffin.
Braca playing it deep. Knighton seeking to use strength to win the ball back, and does ably. Number 25, Isaiah Thomas. Finds McGallagher. To Nishimura. Back to McGallagher. Golden Bears enjoying a little bit of possession. Ball is lost and intercepted well, and it's found Guerra, goal scorer, who have goal on his mind again. Beats one player and another. Looking for space, created time, shot, and it's there! Go, 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 go! Cardinals, 2-0. And this one would have to go down, unfortunately, to a mistake from Braga, who allows that one to roll through his arms and through his legs and into the back of the net.
I mean, that's just a very, very, very unfortunate sight there for the junior goalkeeper, Marco Brocker, who's had a tremendous season up until right now. Sadly, with goalkeepers, you remember them for their mistakes mostly than for their heroics. And heroics, he's had plenty this season, but that's a mistake that'll be very, very costly for California. You can see it on his face of just a frustration. Not a mistake that you'd see from him, not something you'd expect from him. And to be fair, I mean, California mistakes all over the place. You can't just place the blame there on Marco Brocker. I mean, Guerra does well in beating Morrison and beating Carmichael and then beating the goalkeeper. So it's a mistake all over the place for California, building out the back through Morrison, just giving up that pass. A mess all over the place for California.
Yeah, that was a quick sequence that led to the demise of the Golden Bears giving up that second goal. The pass out of the back was wayward, but credit to Guerra, who, with confidence, having scored the opener, really looked dangerous and beat 2 defenders to create space for the shot. The shot wasn't all that he had hoped, but he got it on target, and it led to an error that Guerra will not be disappointed about. As he adds to his account, he's now on a brace, and the Louisville Cardinals are leading 2-0. Cross could be a good area. Goal scorer, lots of confidence, stopping and going, having the game all his way right now, doing whatever he wants around the pitch, confident, winning fouls, navigating the sideline there. I'm sure that he plays confidently typically, but when you score 2 goals in the first 23 minutes, you feel good about yourself in the pitch. Do you remember those days when you're having a great game and it's just like everything's going your way?
I mean, once you're already on a hat trick in the opening 20 minutes, I'm not saying he could do anything he wants, but he could do pretty much a lot that he's not usually going to get away with. The confidence just plays a humongous role. You can see him already asking for the ball. He's going to want that hat trick, and he may even want it in the first half, which is a great sign for the Cardinals, who are desperate to get their first ACC win of the season. On the right track so far. Still plenty of football to be played. But, yeah, not looking great for the Golden Bears and the Cardinals. I mean, a dream start here in Northern California.
Brugger to restart play.
Carmichael there on the pause, showing some great leadership, telling Brocker, I'm sure plenty of game to be left to play and to get his head up, I mean, that's all you can do. And there's still plenty of time left, still over 20 minutes in the first half of this game. So excited to see what the remaining 65+ minutes of this game.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Don't assume that it's over. There's lots of time to see how this match plays out. I imagine that there will be more goals. And for the neutral fan out there, I'm thinking you'll be hoping that the Golden Bears can get one to make this interesting and perhaps turn the tide. Ball's taken down nicely. Aguirre, who's playing really well. Good touch to win it back by the Golden Bears. Brock Sarah. Finds Nishimura. He's curling it in with his left foot. Brought down nicely by Atima Bua. Good work, looking to get on his left foot and perhaps have a strike like what he's done in North Carolina.
Did it look like it? He is right-footed, but his left foot this season has just been playing dividends. Weird situation there.
Crowd is asking questions about a potential card. That's number 6, J.P. Jordan, who his reaction, sometimes it's interesting. When you foul someone, sometimes you react, and hopefully it's good, but the reaction perhaps may also mitigate any considerations of a card from the referee.
Of course.
Sometimes, for those of you who are less familiar with the soccer interplay between the ref and the players, Fernando, is it a stretch to say that there is some, let's say animation? We wouldn't say acting, right? But you have to, there's a certain amount of selling of a foul, or certain people say you may dive or the like, right? But there are elements of the match that, there's gamesmanship. How about that? We'll call it that.
It's part of the game, but I think, unfortunately, in this case, I don't think that's the case. I think J.P. Jordan, I think he really did go down. I thought he actually went down before the foul was committed, and he seems to be getting treatment there. Not sure if he took a knock to his hand, to his face, got stepped on. Not sure what. It looks like it's in the hand.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's okay, hopefully, and back up on his feet.
Oh, look, yeah, the nose as well. So, definitely probably took a hit, and on his downfall, just caused the foul. Thankfully, he's okay.
Yeah, thankfully he's okay.
But there'll be a player down here on this set piece. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. I think as for your comment, yes, there's always animations, and you wanna avoid the booking, but unfortunately, I don't think this was the case this time around.
And sometimes you can get off the ground, and the referee will still have a card waiting for you. Not this case, not this time. As Nishimura stands over the ball, looking to perhaps curl it in with his left foot. Brock Sarah standing over the ball, looking to use his right.
It'll be Gaku.
Shimura, pretty sure that's danger. Could be opportunity. It's there. It's there. Go, 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 go. Golden Bears. Eric Duncan with the finish after a lovely cross from Nishimura. The ball is dummied, and the box is there. Duncan to finish it off to make the score 2-1 in the 25th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game.
We have a game, and we always really had a game, or should have had one, except
Louisville
for
2,
the
California
chances that
1.
were not taken and the mistakes that were made. This game is not over, folks. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, 65 minutes left of play, but my goodness, make something out of nothing, right? That cross from the Japanese international didn't seem like it was much, but the junior Rohan McElligott, what a dummy. I mean, just incredible. I'm not even sure if that was a prepared set piece. He just made the best of that situation. You could see a bit of a deflection there as it surprises the Cardinals, and Eric Duncan just does a great job in putting that one away. But again, I mean, it's that assist that won't be shown because he didn't technically touch the ball, but Rohan McElligott, what a phenomenal dummy. Great to see him back in the starting lineup after playing a big role freshman, sophomore year, but it looks like there will be video review on that one here for the goal. Regardless of the situation, though, I mean, great to see Rohan McElligott back out there. As I was saying, played a humongous role his freshman year off the bench, and his sophomore year was starting most of the season. So this time around, not the case his junior year, but fantastic to see him get the start today, and hopefully let the goal stand, because that's a great little highlight for the junior from Irvine.
These are the moments when it's a nervy wait, especially if you're the would-be goal scorer. Golden Bears need this one to go their way for the sake of momentum, and there's claps and cheers that confirm that the goal stands. Eric Duncan, his family in Atlanta will be cheering, as well as his family in Jamaica. I was talking to Eric last night, in fact, at our BSAC meeting, Black Student Athlete Community meeting, and he talked about the fact that his family, both his parents, are actually from Jamaica. So big up Eric Duncan with the finish. Big up every time. 2-1. Louisville Cardinals in the lead. Duncan now looking confident and strong. It's amazing what girls do. Eric Duncan looking like Stern John, picking up that ball in his chest and muscling himself to make sure he maintained possession. Good work by the number 9.
Standing tall, chest is puffy. That's what a goal can do to you.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that's a second of the season for the Georgia native. California looking to make some subs here. 20 minutes left. 5th-year veteran Adrian Guzman on the field. That should play a big role for California. Been on and off so far this season, but I mean, he's been a starter since his sophomore year, so that quality from the veteran should play dividends here for California. But yeah,
Adrian Guzman has made his way onto the pitch.
that's the 4th California Golden Bear to reach 2 goals this season. All 3 strikers now with 2 goals on the season, as well as Alfredo Ortiz, who's on the wing most of the time.
Duncan scored his previous goal against Dominican, but this will be his first ACC goal. And really, Cal's first ACC goal at home to an ACC opponent. With every goal and game, it seems that history is made.
History has been made here for California.
Inside the 27th minute, 27 eventful minutes. If you joined us late, the score is 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals after Gage Guerra scored a brace. Goes in the 20th and 22nd minute. The first one was a great finish. Cross that was deflected, or shot that was deflected, that really became a cross for him, where he just leaned back and half volley, side volley, if you will, and struck the ball into the back of the net. It was a really great finish. And then the second one, good work by him again on a counterattack where he made life difficult for 2 defenders. A little bit of a body swerve and a head shimmy, created space for a shot hard and low that really should have been collected by Braga, but unfortunately there was a goalkeeping error and a second goal. This opportunity here, key header, clearing the ball out, shot potential.
Swing and a miss.
Both teams are living dangerously defensively. with chances galore in the first 28 minutes. I'm sure our watching audience is enjoying this. And if you also joined us in the last 2 or 3 minutes, you have missed Eric Duncan's goal. Duncan scored after a free kick that was dummied. Ball was let go at the near post region and found its way to the back post for Duncan to knock the ball home into the back of the net. And after a quick review, it was deemed a goal. Opportunity perhaps. Good control. Ball's played into the box. Cleared well. Morrison clears that one out.
As for Duncan's goal, the assist will surely go to Gaku Nishimura, but should be going to Rohan McElligott, who just creates something out of nothing there with that little dummy. But yeah, it'll be interesting now that the game's more settled down, more settled in on both sides. The Cardinals haven't been enjoying as much possession as they were initially, definitely controlling most of the ball, but now just intensity on both sides. Here we go. Great defending.
Good work there. Carmichael. Duncan strong. Duncan.
That's the physicality we're talking about, right? From each side, it's a 6'5" defender against a 6'5" forward.
The Cal have their own players who are blessed with height.
And
Duncan,
strength.
And strength. Duncan as well. It's one of them. This could be interesting. Kevin Carmichael. That one didn't have enough on it for Brocker to feel safe that it'll get to him.
Very, very well done by Brocker, though, to connect with Adrian Guzman.
Guzman does some good work in the middle of the pitch. Ball was lost there by Thomas, but the pass by Guerra was not as good as his 2 finishes, and that one was intercepted.
Water break.
The aforementioned water break here in the 30th minute. Not typical, except that it's really, really hot here.
I have 90 degrees here
you
right
have
now.
90 degrees. Well, my app says 85, and we're going to go with yours because it doesn't feel like 85.
It does not.
So maybe that's what they thought it was going to be. But down on the field, I imagine it probably feels all of the 90 degrees that you mentioned here. We're checking our apps, and we're comparing notes. The crowd has certainly, based on their proximity to us in the booth, they're getting closer and closer to us. They're trying to make sure they can avoid the direct sunlight.
My app has it 85 Fahrenheit. My watch has it 90. So, hey, whatever the app says, but it's hot. That's all I can tell you. October 2nd, it's hot. Or 3rd.
Uncharacteristically hot as well. It's not usually in the 90s or even 85, particularly in October. And certainly not in Berkeley, right? When you visit the Bay Area, especially to our Louisville community, Kentucky folks who be coming to visit, and folks from around the world, the weather in the Bay Area is very interesting. You can have whether that's cooler in the San Francisco area and the Oakland area, and certainly in Berkeley, but you go through the tunnel and you end up in the Lafayettes and Walnut Creeks, and literally there could be 10 and 20 degree temperature differences. So when you do travel to the Bay Area, here's your tip from the Voice of Cal Soccer broadcast team. Always bring a jacket, all right? Always bring a jacket. You never know. The weather will change swiftly on you. So consider that your travel advisory when you come and watch your teams as you enjoy ACC play here on the West Coast.
Which is also funny to mention, right? Because a jacket for us is different than a jacket for our East Coast counterparts. So I'm not sure what they consider, if what we consider cold is what they consider cold as well.
Yeah, in Bermuda we'll call it a windbreaker, right? Bring a light coat, all right, or carry a hoodie with you or something that will allow you to adjust to the temperature, particularly as the sun goes behind the clouds or sets for the day. It gets cooler. So. But it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Still not a cloud in the sky. I'm not sure if there's been a day when there's been a cloud in the sky as we've done these broadcasts. We're probably like 7 for 7 with the bright skies. And so a great little break if you want to get away from some of the other weather around the country. Come and visit. Timabua showing some sportsmanship to assist a layup up from the ground. There's 2 6'4" players there. Good to see members of the Cal women's soccer team who made their way into the stadium. They're enjoying a really good season. Just won their last match and are nationally ranked. Their next match is against UNC, followed by Duke. UNC next Thursday, and then Duke on Sunday. So if you're in the Bay Area, you don't want to miss that. In case you don't know, UNC women's soccer is gold standard when it comes to the women's soccer, the Mia Hamms of the world, etc. And so, yeah, make sure you get your tickets and come and join us here to watch that match. Duncan, I think inadvertently, it was a follow-through, looked accidental, but somehow maybe got kicked in the face somehow. Don't think that was intentional. Not sure how that happened.
Looks like the Cardinals, number 24, Jack Lewis, doesn't agree with that call necessarily, and it looked like there was a little hand to the face from what I could see. But yeah, not the best spot to give away a free kick. It's a great opportunity here for California. Adrian Guzman on the left foot here.
Brock and Sierra on the right. Would it be from the left or from the right, Fernando?
Surely it'll be an in-swinger here from Adrian Guzman, looking to find Carmichael Duncan, Nadim Abua.
Let's see. It's actually the outswinger, and it's played in nicely. Nadim Abua raising high.
Oof. Yeah, I was wrong. I mean, would have expected the in-swinger there from Guzman by his stance, but Brock and Sierra does well in getting the ball in just outside of the 6-yard box and couldn't capitalize on it though for California. So I think it'll be those opportunities though.
Yeah. And just for the listening audience who may be less familiar when you think about strategy from as relates to an in-swinger versus an outswinger, certainly from a heading perspective, the ball, if it's an outswinger, it could be easier to generate power when it's coming towards you. At least for me, when I play, Fernando, I don't know about you, but for you, as when you're trying to get on the end of it, would you prefer the in-swinger or the outswinger for you when you're trying to get on the end of it to head it?
I guess it depends on the angle, but typically the outswinger for sure on the force. But with an in-swinger, you just need a little deflection.
Still deflection.
Yeah, which is what we saw with the free kick from that exact same position almost for the Eric Duncan goal, right? So yeah, it depends on the situation. Not the same players on the field, so also understandable there.
Louisville staff were frustrated with the call. Physical match. Referees did a good job of maintaining the integrity of the match. Lots of commitment here. Duncan maintaining his composure. Galea is looking a little frustrated. He's been in a number of physical tussles already.
Yeah, on both sides of the field, actually.
In the 35th minute, the score is 2-1 in favor of the Louisville Cardinals. 2 goals from Gage Guerra, followed by a goal from number 12, Eric Duncan. Account for the score line. Free kick now being taken by number 15. Brocker collects the one cleanly.
Well done there by Brocker. Again, just like we talked about with Guerra, with Duncan, with the goals and how they can give you confidence, I think a little collection like that will give Brocker confidence after the mistake on the second goal. As Justin Knighton here on the...
Knighton making way into the box. Stumbles over the ball. Shouts from the crowd. Encourage him to shoot it.
Was on a good stride, but forgot the ball.
Carmichael under a little bit of pressure. Brocker placed that one. Match is opening up just a bit now. See fans gathering behind
For Louisville.
Piela's goal there. Piela's goal. Trademark in
On the
these
field
parts
for the
where
Cardinals,
the
number
fans
7,
try to
Chase Vasquez.
be proximate to the goal there and perhaps
And also number 17, Elijah
influence the outcome of the match if they're cheering. Goal scorer Guerra's making his way off the pitch, as is Leon Kaniak. Big boot, Carmichael. Goes safety first. Throw in the Argento. Number 2 is a senior from Wayne, Illinois. Good up by Duncan. Knighton turning. Going to use his speed, maintains his balance to keep the ball. Knighton this time holds it up and finds the overlapping run. Bipping in the cross, this is a good opportunity. Duncan rising high.
One of the better opportunities there created by the California Golden Bears. That overlap is very, very well done there. But also props to Justin Knighton for winning that physical battle, carrying the ball. And again, you need to put those opportunities away. There's been several now by California here in the first 38 minutes of this match. 7 shots so far and only 1 goal. So you definitely want to see a bit more conversion there. It wasn't as clean as an opportunity as we've seen previously in this match, but those counterattacks aren't gonna. Don't count as much unless you put it in the back of the net, right?
Golden Bears squeezing, pressing, and win the ball back. Head coach Hayden talked about how he appreciated Liverpool's press. One of these he did like with Liverpool. I don't think he would have liked the way his team were pressed on that one and unable to maintain possession. Outside the boot pass, looked good in technique, but errant in direction. Josh Jones picks up the ball in the middle of the pitch, sprays it out wide. Cardinals seeking to try to regain their 2-goal advantage, and this could be an opportunity to do so. Morrison says no.
Bit sloppier here in the past couple of minutes from both sides, actually. Potentially just the substitutions being made on both sides, just new players, fresh legs, lots of energy, but not as much chemistry as we were seeing in the initial 25 minutes of this matchup. 5 minutes left here in the first half, so surely they'll want to see at least another goal.
Adrian Guzman doing some good work. Tidy play in the center of the pitch. And asking for it back. Dangerous pass. Good work by Knighton. Good work. Isaiah Thomas. Thomas continuing to make his run.
Here we go, long throw by Nonso Adimabua. We don't have, as California doesn't have Santiago Hopkins there for the long throw, we'll be sacrificing their tall forward for this long throw.
Good work. Could be space. Time. Shot. What a save by Piala. Piala diving to his left and turned that one around the post. That ball looked like it was bound for the bottom of the onion bag. But Piala said, not today. At least not now. Good save. Score. Still 2-1.
Fantastic save. That's his second big save of this match. And California just needs to continue finding those opportunities. It was a great long throw, and they'll look to do the same here off the corner kick.
Corner. That one is wasted. Brock and Cyril would like to have that one back.
Guzman.
That was number 11, I think, who took that one, I believe.
15 in-swinger by Adrian Guzman on the left foot.
Is that it, Guzman? Okay, I stand corrected. Cardinals trying to build, but living dangerously. Guzman there. Isaiah Thomas. Thomas persistent and being rewarded. What a good effort. Thomas is putting a good shift since he's been in. Knighton passing there. Good work by the Golden Bears. Groans from the crowd. Cardinals looking to counterattack. Golden Bears had a chance to win that back, but instead, Cardinals have won back possession. 2 minutes to go, just under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
A bit sloppy there in the transition for both sides. Maybe tired of legs, maybe just trying to make the best of it. But again, the transitions, the Cardinals need to continue to be careful there. When it does work, even if they are living dangerously, it looks really, really good. But when they're not, they're close to getting punished. So you need to keep an eye out there for those transitions for sure, because California is doing well on the counterattacks, but just needs to execute as they get back here in the box.
That's good work by Eric Duncan. Used all of his length to reach out with his right foot and pluck that one out of the air, brought it down nicely, and then created a shot, really a corner out of very little for Duncan there. Golden Bears have an opportunity to perhaps equalize as Guzman makes his way to the corner flag to whip it in with his characteristic left-footed in-swingers. Ball's played short to Thomas, who has space and time. Brings it up. That's a good shot. That one might have unsighted the goalkeeper there. He looked a bit uncomfortable. Ball was hit well. Left-footed strike. The keeper saw it, seemed to have seen it late, and sort of pushed it into the air. And was grateful that he was able to retrieve it on second attempt. And it looks like he may just try to see out the last 9 seconds of this half.
Yeah, it looks like Leonard Griffin made that call as he told Breck and Sarah as he was heading to the corner. Great call, because that top of the box space was just left wide open for Melissa, who I'm sure would have wanted to see that ball put in the back of the net. Who will be looking to extend their lead in the second half, while the Golden Bears will be looking to
equalize and then get their noses back out in front. And with that, we have the second half kickoff. Fernando, I had a chance to connect with some of the Louisville fans during halftime. Lots of red down there in the concession area. They were talking about how much they were enjoying being here. What do you think the head coaches of both teams were perhaps sharing with the teams that fans, whether those in the stands or those in our broadcast community, will want to be aware of?
Definitely for California, it's just taking advantage of these counterattacks, right? These transitionary moments. It's what we saw in the first half that will be strong for California to catch the Cardinals off their build-up, right? Try to steal a pass, and for the Cardinals, I think what they've been doing with connecting out of the back has been great. Maybe, take advantage of some of these counterattacks as well rather than build up a bit too much at times, because it has been dangerous coming out the back here and there. So I think it'll be a game one in the counterattacks, but whoever can manage to control the ball a bit more, enjoy the possession a bit more, should be able to take care of this one today.
Golden Bears enjoying a little bit of possession here. It's an enterprising ball that was played through the left channel. Chased down by Mota, but it's now worked its way back for a Louisville attack. And this is looking dangerous. Nice little back heel. It's another corner for the Cardinals. It's the third corner of the match. And once again, number 10, Koniak is going to whip it in. It's a dangerous ball. Ball runs all the way through the 6-yard box of the Golden Bears. Slight deflection of an attempted cross. Sensing that he was in the offside position.
I mean,
lets it run.
I don't think either side is happy with nobody getting contact on the ball with that corner kick that just went through the entire box from left to right here. If you're California, you definitely want to clear that, but if you're Louisville, I mean, you wanna get a touch on that ball, create something out of it, and unfortunate situation there from both sides, but that's pretty much what this game has been.
That's another corner
Cardinals.
for the Cardinals. Kondich is making his way across. The Slovenian striker seems to be the corner specialist for the Cardinals. Punch by Braga, who's in no person's land. That's a great bicycle and an amazing save off the line by Carmichael. Braga came for that one. He punched it, came for it, and found himself in no man's land. And but for perhaps what looks like may have been called a foul, Garum would have had a hat trick. That was a great bicycle, but certainly one I think that Braga will want to will be thinking about that one, and whether he should have went for it or maybe got back to his line. He wasn't able to get there, and he was in no man's land. Created an opportunity. Really good bicycle. Good defending as well by Carmichael. That was all effectively undone by the blow of the referee's whistle.
I mean, big mistake there from the goalkeeper, Marco Brocker. Definitely should have kept that in his hands, didn't manage to do so. And I mean, what a way to attempt the hat trick, right? If you get that bicycle kick, I mean, not much more you can ask for from your forwards there. But Kevin Carmichael showing why he's one of the top defenders in the nation, drafted as a junior and all conference last year in the Pac-12. So I think having him in your back line, they're making the goal line clearances is something California is extremely grateful for.
I'm imagining that if that had gone in and counted for a third goal in the hat trick, I mean, imagine that would have made its way to the ESPN highlight reel.
Top 10 for sure.
But score still 2-1. And the Golden Bears will be relieved. Certainly trying to come back from a 2-goal deficit again would not be what Leonard Griffin had in his team talk at the half. '51st minute here in Berkeley, California. Crucial match for both teams, both looking for their first ACC victories of the season. First wins against ACC opponents. Each team looking for that in this match. You get the sense that this is a critical match for them. We talked about it in the beginning of the broadcast, but this is a critical match for both teams. Both teams looking to perhaps ignite the final third, if you will, of their season to perhaps make a push for postseason play. And this match will have a lot to do with the outcome of that matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to remember here that in the ACC, the way it works is there is an ACC tournament. All teams will be going on to play in that. But again, the standings do matter because of the seeding. So that is important to keep in mind. And as for these two sides, they're currently at the bottom of the table. So they'll be wanting to gain some confidence, get a win on the board. And as of right now, the Cardinals are doing a great job. They still have 40 minutes to manage here in Cardinals, but so far so good for them. And I'm sure the Golden Bears will do their best to climb back from this one. Looks like the Cardinals are in a bit more of a 3-4-3 in this second half. California's still in their 4-4-2 formation. It's a battle that's set up to be won in the midfields per the lineups. But, I mean, again, these transitions are killing both teams. Not much possession being enjoyed in the middle of the pitch. And for now, it's just struggles from both sides to build out of the back. And as they attempt to connect, it's just transition after transition on each end.
Crowd is a little quiet. Eric Duncan starting the second half, looking confident, seeking to build on a good first half for him. McGallagher, similarly, looking confident, played well in the first half, involved in the first goal for dummy that allowed the ball to make its way to the back post to Duncan to prod home. And as I mentioned, the crowd here as well and the stadium and the fans at halftime here from Louisville who visited, it's important to also just acknowledge the facilities there at Louisville. You know, I actually visited this summer, Fernando, and the Cardinals Stadium is quite impressive. Their soccer stadium is quite impressive. The Dr. Mark and Cindy Lynn Stadium is an $18.5 million state-of-the-art soccer facility that has a capacity of 5,300 fans. Yeah, I walked out there. I mean, it's nice. I mean, lots of red. There's a training pitch and next to it, as well as you know, their 830 square foot meeting and video room, and I mean, it's impressive. So I know the Louisville fans are enjoying their visit here. And I'm sure the Golden Bears will enjoy visiting that facility. I had the privilege, again, of doing so this summer as we took student athletes to the Athlete Ally Summit on the conference of the campus of the University of Louisville. And it was really great to see such a soccer-specific and excellent facility that these Cardinals get to train and play in every day. Ball's whipped over. And that's a corner for the Golden Bears.
Fourth corner of the match here for California. They'll be taking this, the left footer on the outswinger, Alfredo Ortiz, as it appears to be that the women's soccer team is right there cheering them on.
Women's soccer team, they've made their way to get behind the goal that the Golden Bears will be shooting at, or are shooting at. We have Malia McMahon at the half, who's a part of that team. Ball's played deep. Carmichael heading it back into the danger area. Brought down by Guzman. He seeks to chip it back in. He eludes everyone. Piella picks it up. Women's soccer seeking to maybe just unnerve him a little bit with some serenades. He's not unnerved. Whirls the ball back into play, and with two simple passes, they've broken the lines of the Golden Bears, and now a run into the final third.
It's just very, very direct soccer. Like you mentioned, two passes, breaks, two lines. They make it look so easy. It's quite disorganized there in the midfield. It should be much more organized with these formations, these strategical lineups, but it's just not the case. Very, very forward soccer being played here today at Edwards Stadium.
From left to right, Cardinals lose possession. Mota to Ortiz. Gallagher back to Carmichael. Eric Duncan earns a free kick. Josh Jones disappointed with the call. Ortiz stands over it. Kondich is standing 10 yards away. Good cross. It's a good opportunity. Technique let him down at the key moment. That was a good ball, though. That ball was in a good area, and that's a free header.
Yeah, I mean, Alfredo Ortiz just has a fantastic left foot. He's been taking every single free kick and corner kick whenever he's on the pitch. His definitely preferred left foot can do some magic, as we've seen with some free kicks against Dominican. We saw a free kick and a long-range shot that went into the back of the net as well. Very, very gifted player. Just unfortunate there that Bo Morrison couldn't make something out of that one. Here we go, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas, cross coming in. Collected well. Piala.
I think it'll be sparks like that for California at this point. They'll be looking for those moments. Again, I'm just being repetitive at this point, but it's those counterattack moments for sure. But using the pace of someone like Isaiah Thomas on the right flank. Otherwise, I mean, look, two passes and you're broken. Here we go.
Could be trouble. It's.
He's offside, though.
Then maybe there's a goal. Go, 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 goal. Louisville Cardinals are celebrating.
Everyone's asking for that offside, though.
Asking for a review. There's some uncertainty.
It looks like it will be, or it should be reviewed. It was a quite obvious offside there from this angle. I will say, fantastic effort from Guerra. But yeah, here's a review.
Review is coming.
It was a fantastic effort on the assist there from Gage Guerra, who scored already the first 2 goals of this game on a hat trick and unselfishly looks for the assist. Does a fantastic job there on the slide, but I believe his teammate was a couple steps in front of him there. Quite obviously offside. Unfortunate that it wasn't called the first time, but I think they're doing the right thing. If you have access to video review, let the play go on and then make the call afterwards.
It was actually from a run, I believe, of Kundic, who made another 1 or 2 passes, and then he's deep into the defensive third again of the Golden Bears. We saw that moments earlier, and once again, this time it happens again, and this time it may have led to a goal. Guerra must be acknowledged for his effort today. I don't know if he was shooting or if he was passing, but nevertheless, he has played well, and this could be a disappointing result for the Golden Bears if it is a goal, and it looks like the referee is explaining that perhaps it is. There are claps from Louisville. Disappointment from the Golden Bears. It looks to be cascading across their faces, and there's a confirmation that this is a goal.
Wow. Unfortunate that we don't have the replay on that one, because from this angle, definitely looked off, but what a fantastic effort from Guerra there. 2 goals and an assist. Fantastic assist. Definitely was looking for the pass. No doubt about that. But California, again, Dr. Ty, it must be talked about. Too easy. It's too easy for California to get broken down. They got broken down with 3 passes there. And that's what I've been talking about. There needs to be more done in the midfield from both sides. But it's just way too easy for the Cardinals to connect 3 passes and end up putting a ball in the back of the net.
Golden Bears have a deeper hole to get from out of. Now down 2 goals. They were down 2 goals early in the match when they were down 2-0. The match seemed to be poised for perhaps a comeback for the Golden Bears at 2-1. At 3-1, there's much, much more work to be done in the last 30 minutes. Eric Duncan is looking to do that work. He scored the first goal for the Golden Bears, the only goal for the Golden Bears, and will be eager to get one back even now. Duncan picks up the ball, finds space, time, opportunity. Duncan! It's there! Go, 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 go! Golden Bears! Eric Duncan does the job.
A brace for Eric Duncan. What a way to just connect. But again, assist. Rohan McElligott having a great game in these first 60 minutes of this matchup. The junior coming back into the starting lineup, and both of these goals playing a key role there. And I'm not sure what happened there on the shot. It seemed to be a tiny bit of a deflection there maybe, but Eric Duncan keeps it simple. First touch finish, bottom right corner, and not much the goalkeeper can do about that one. The Golden Bears are right back into this game. 30 minutes left, plenty of time. 3-2, Cardinals still ahead as there are some substitutions being made here.
Returning to the game for the Golden Bears, number 10, Nanso Dimabua, and number 11, Kieran Bracken-Sarah.
Interesting substitutions here with 30 minutes left because of these new rules in D1 that if you leave the field in any half, you cannot come back in that same half. Previously, back in my day, I'm starting to feel old, but back in my day, you could come back in and out in that second half, but now you no longer can do that. So interesting. I think it's smart from California to give Nanso Dimabua some rest. Malcolm Zelaya picked up a very, very early booking in the first 12 minutes of this matchup, so it makes sense. But Adrian Guzman, not as much as you'd expect, but for minutes for him. But Bracken-Sarah has just been phenomenal this season, so we'll see what he can make out of these last 30 minutes as Louisville again in the California box. Fantastic from Giancarlo Mota, though, who can't manage to clear the ball. But I think this is what we'll see, at least for the next couple of minutes in this matchup, just an intensity in both sides of the boxes.
Brocker collects that one.
Let's go, Cal!
Match is back where we were about 5 minutes ago. With a 1-goal advantage to Louisville. Score now 3-2.
Should be noted, there are 2 braces on each side for the forwards here. So both 9s on each side, on each team, looking for that. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Referee's going to his card. It's a yellow.
Listen, I can't really blame the effort there from Rohan McKelligot.
He has to go for it there. He has to go for it there. It's definitely a follow through for the goalkeeper and kicking it.
But there are ways to go for it, and I'm not sure that was the best way to go for it. I love the effort. I love the spirit, but very lucky that it was a yellow card and not anything more than that. I think it takes
it's fine margins, really, right?
Yes.
I mean, he's sliding for it, and he's actually sliding to block the ball, but the goalkeeper is actually clearing it. So as the goalkeeper is kicking, he's also coming into the space where he's sliding into. Is certainly a coming together that you're not surprised by a booking that's a yellow there, but you get that any other, you mistime it any further, and it's a red, right?
Here we go. Match is picking up. Nonso Adimabua again, just extremely unnecessary at this point. The Cardinals getting in his face, 1, to protect their teammates, but 2, I'm sure they know his history at this point. Known for attitude here and there, and red card earlier this season. Extremely unnecessary push there from Nonso Adimabua, who just sends the Cardinal defender into the Bear territory board there on the sideline.
I didn't see that one as cleanly as you did. The lack of real estate on the side there, I think it made it look worse than it was. But again, I would have to see the replay. Certainly hope the player is okay. Didn't look malicious, but certainly
just
the
unnecessary.
the timing of it in the run of play. Not what the Golden Bears would have wanted in that moment. The referee's having a look at it.
Not surprised. It's just extremely unnecessary. I don't think it should be more than a yellow card, but again, not surprised here that they're giving it another look.
Previous play is under video review.
Pensive moments here at Edwards Stadium. We're in the 63rd minute. The score is 3-2. Referee is taking a look at a replay of a foul that was called against Nonso Adimabua. Yellow card was given.
63rd minute, yellow card shown to number 10 of California, Nonso Adimabua.
The referee has confirmed that the yellow card is the appropriate call.
Not surprising. I mean, again, unnecessary, but not much deeper than that. Nothing excessive for a red card, but again, got to be careful in these remaining 27 minutes of the match.
For the Cardinals, number 2, Gaetano D'Argento.
Adimabua looks like he apologizes there to Tufu. Tufu is walking back now on the sideline. And play is restored. Mota guides that one out for a goal kick. The Golden Bears. Eric Duncan continues to to be a part of a lot of good things, the good things that are happening for the Golden Bears. Frustration, some remonstration.
It looks like it's
Conversation.
JP Jordan again, who's been quite vocal in this match so far, specifically with the referee. Surely that's the last caution there before anything major in the books.
I think that may be Jack Lewis, number 24, that was.
Apologies, you're right.
Yeah.
Jack Lewis.
Dimabua, strong on the ball, rolls nicely, trying to use some fancy footwork to create space. Dimabua's got to get that right, as he would be making his way to an early shower if he would perhaps have got in contact with the goalkeeper in a way that was deemed excessive.
Well, that's the issue, right? When you make these unnecessary fouls, then you can't start making these extra runs, extra efforts. You'll get in trouble. But Rohan McElligott, really impressive stuff there. His physique is not maybe his biggest strength, but made something out of it against the 6'4".
It's a shot, opportunity, Mota! He pounds the ground in frustration. Mota had an opportunity with a strike with his left. It was always wide, that one, but he was in good position. Good opportunity for the Golden Bears. Good work of McElligott and Duncan. Mota, unfortunate in not being able to put that one on frame.
I mean, looking at our sheets here, the 5'8" forward against the 6'4" defender. Impressive efforts there from Rohan McElligott.
Carmichael looking for McElligott. Referee pulls that one back. He got in the way there. Was probably the best defender on the pitch in that moment. Impeded the play of the Cardinals, and so he brings that one back to restore their possession. A really good ball. Let's play it out wide. In the 66th minute, but 24 minutes to go. Opportunity still for girls to perhaps be scored by both teams. This match, Fernando, could easily end up 4-2 to Louisville, but it's also a match I could imagine going 4-3 to the Golden Bears.
So much soccer left to play here. 25 minutes left in this matchup, so we'll see. There's plenty that could take place here. More fouls being called. Intensity is going up. Both sides really looking to get their first conference win of the season. So we'll see what happens in the remaining 24 minutes of this matchup.
It's a great pass. Ball was boomed. Precision from the goal scorer. He's having a great game, Guerra. Just love the sound of the ball when it's struck well. And that passing, the passing that from Guerra was lovely. The lacrosse was a little less so. A bit of a lull in the match right now. It's a little quiet. I imagine so like the quiet before the storm of more girl-mouth action. We hope our listening audience won't be lulled to think that in a split second it can change and a goal scoring opportunity can be created. Crowd is somewhat of a reactionary crowd. This is not a crowd that is generating its own cheers here, but goal-mouth action certainly elicits responses from them. They're engaged, they're watching, they're listening. But perhaps because it's a Thursday afternoon, you have a few less students in this space. There is a certain amount of call or response that comes from the call of good soccer. And here we have some more good soccer. Eric Duncan is running over people and passing. Duncan is having his way today, picking up the ball with pace and power. He's got defenders bouncing off of him, plays the ball out wide. There were questions asked from the Louisville defense or back a sideline whether it was a foul, but referee saw strength rather than a foul committed.
Louisville needs to be careful here again. Oh boy. He sent off.
That's the second yellow card. McElligott has been sent to the sideline for a second yellow card. Match was on a knife's edge. Those who were on yellow cards had been warned. McElligott, based on the referee's assessment, has decided that that is worthy of a second yellow. And now there's a review to inquire whether the foul is worthy of a second yellow card.
Personally, just from the looks of it, it's understandable how a second yellow card is given. With that being said, there is no intention whatsoever there from Rohan McElligott. I could see this potentially being turned around, but again, we don't have access to that replay. Just a big mistake over and over again from the California forwards in this matchup, just giving away very, very silly yellow cards in places that they don't need to. And the issue with that is when you're in your attacking final third. Here we go. The call stands.
Yellow card stands. McElligott has been sent off for a second yellow card. The Golden Bears are now down to 10 men and down 1 goal.
Well, the issue here, like I was saying, is when you're committing these fouls in the final third, in your attacking final third, it's unnecessary and it affects the rest of the game, the rest of the pitch. California goes down to 10 men for a foul committed in the Louisville half. It's just extremely unnecessary. We saw it with fouls from Malcolm Zelaya. We saw it from Nansua Dimabua, and we see it now from Rohan McElligott, who committed 1 foul inside the goalkeeper's box and now does it here right before midfield. Very sad considering he played a big role in both California goals here today, but just big mistakes there.
And Louisville Cardinals will not be giving any passes out or offering any sympathy. They turn right around and look to put the pedal to the metal and try to get that 4th goal that would likely signal the end of any opportunities for the Golden Bears to at least get a tie. If you're a neutral, you may feel a little disappointed. The match was really poised for an interesting final 20 minutes. Would have loved to have seen an 11-on-11 display here, but nevertheless, referee has made the call, checked the review, and certainly there are consequences to actions.
And substitutions being made as well. Looks like California will be going into a line of 3 as Leonard Griffin decides to sacrifice freshman Bo Morrison in the back line, as well as Giancarlo Mota, the left back. So it looks like it'll be Kevin Carmichael, Medalista on the left, Isaiah Thomas on his right. The California Golden Bears will go into a 3-4-2 formation.
From a strategy perspective, Fernando,
Yes.
when a team goes down to 10 players or 10 men, strategically, especially when you're still chasing the game as the Golden Bears are doing, obviously they've changed the formation. They have 3 players at the back. But what goes through the mind of the team? What maybe shifts as it relates to an approach when you need to find another goal and you're down 10 men?
Well, again, it's important to understand the circumstances and the context, right? So the context being California is really, really desperate here for its first conference win of the season. And the circumstance being that there's 20 minutes left in this matchup. So when there's only 20 minutes left, you can go all out here. There's not, like, it's not a full second half left to play. There's only 20 minutes. So a line of 3 seems appropriate to just send a full-on attack. And listen, I'm sure these 9 field players are just going to be extremely tired by the end of this. But at least it's only 20 minutes rather than a full half.
Have you seen a team come and score 2 goals with 10 men? Have you seen that happen before?
Of course. Anything can happen. This is the most beautiful game in the world precisely for that reason, and we'll see if California can add to that here today. But, I mean, a lot can happen, right? California can get their way, but at the same time, Louisville is just going to, I'm sure, press California and take advantage of that one-man advantage that they have, especially with their back line now going down to 3 men.
Duncan is beaten by the looping ball there that eludes him.
The player that will be suffering the most for sure here is Kevin Carmichael, who will be going up and down for these set pieces.
That's good work by Duncan. Lovely turn. Duncan looking to get on the end of that. Well, one of the things that also, Fernando, is important is that, you know, when you can sustain possession for the Golden Bears and keep the ball in the offensive third, you may not feel the disadvantage except for when the counterattack happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely you'll feel it in every sense of the way. You'll feel it when you defend. You'll feel it when you attack. Especially in this game with so many transitions, you'll feel it in every single sprint, every single run. It won't be nice, but this is why there's the sprints at the end of practice. This is why you go to the gym. These are the moments where preseason just comes into play. And again, we'll see what they can make of it. But at the same time, can the Cardinals just take advantage of this situation, use it in their favor to get their first ACC win of the season? Also, I'm sure there won't be much possession here, at least from California. It'll be very, very direct, which, oof. Can we see it even out?
That may be a straight red.
Yep.
And it's a straight red. It's a straight red.
And from who?
From the goal scorer. From the goal scorer, Gage Guerra has leveled the playing field as relates to numerical advantage.
So essentially, Dr. Ty, everything I said, scratch it. We're back to normal here. Every single thing I said in the past 5 minutes, you can scratch it. We are back to 10 on 10. These formations won't be making much of a difference at this point. That looked like a scary tackle. And again, I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? From both sides. Rohan McElligott, I already gave my bit on that end, but Guerra here, a brace, an assist. Incredible game so far, and I mean, just an extremely unnecessary foul. There's no reason to go into that tackle the way that he did.
Bracken Serra, the way he's coming off the pitch, felt the full brunt of that. That was not a good tackle. In these moments as a player, you know, you don't think it's typically it's not intentional. You have a moment where you mistime it or it's just an unwise tackle. And then the match and the reality of it also begins to set in when you're sitting on the side or you're standing on the side and you're thinking, I just went from probably one of the best games of my life to potentially now putting my team in a position where we could potentially lose the game or tie the match.
And that's what I'm saying on both sides, right? Like that's the role that Guerra and McElligott have been playing here today. I think any red card must be reviewed at this point under the way the conference operates, but clearly that should be a red card. It's just extremely unnecessary, really. Again, look at where Bracken Serra is lying down, just by the halfway circle there. Let's see what the call is. Looks like the call stands.
The call stands.
And I'm not surprised by that at all. I mean, it's just extremely unnecessary. I think from everything I was saying, you can scratch that for sure, but the strategy in terms of the lineup remains the same. I think if anything, we will see Louisville just not have any more attackers on their side. They'll keep their guys in the back, leave their standalone forward there. But California, they're gonna stick to that line of three, and you best believe they're looking for that goal to at least get a point out of this match.
And now the strategy becomes even potentially more interesting when you have 10 against 10 on this big field. There could be more spaces for both teams potentially, particularly for the Golden Bears, who'll be certainly trying to attack and find the equalizer.
Well, especially because it's one thing to go down a man. The issue is you're used to playing with 22 men on the field. When there's 20, it really does make a humongous difference because that's two bodies that you're no longer counting on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here, but I think it will really open up. And again, last 17 minutes here, we'll see how the fitness looks for both sides.
That's a long throw by Dimabua. No one was able to trouble Piella, who rises high, snatches that one, plucks it out of the air. This match has had everything thus far, Fernando. We've had goals, we've had guile, we've had cards, and we have just under 20 minutes for a finale that we anticipate will be a rapturous one.
I mean, we've seen 2 red cards and a brace on each side. A brace on each side, a red card on each side. And it's been an exciting match, to say the least. But we'll see. We'll see what can happen here. There's still a bit over 15 minutes remaining in this match, and both teams are really desperate for those 3 points here.
We've seen errors and excellence, sometimes from the same folks.
Here we go.
Opportunity for the Golden Bears. That's a good-looking shot! Oh! Go, 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 Golden Bears! Gaku Nishimura with the Thunderbolt!
Second time this season on that left foot.
Left-footed strike beats the goalkeeper. All ends up tied now 3-3 here in Berkeley, California.
I mean, talk about a strike, right? Second goal of the season is second for the California Golden Bears. That left foot of his outside of the top of the D, the top of the box. Wow. The Japanese international can really put a left-footed strike there on that ball. He's shown it twice at this point in the season as both sides go into a water break. But my goodness, what a strike there.
That was a banger. And the Golden Bears team and the fans sense with 15 minutes to go, this could be the time that the Golden Bears can get their noses out in front.
And you can see it in his face, right? Nishimura just extremely excited about this one. His previous one was an absolute screamer, by the way, off the volley, and this one just strikes it, gets it first time just as it's bouncing towards him, and my goodness, you got to be careful there. You cannot leave this kid open at the top of the box. He puts it away, and ladies and gentlemen, we have a match.
We have a match, and we have 15 minutes of what I believe is going to be exciting. This is going to be a climactic finish, folks. Don't go anywhere. Teams are taking a water break. The score is 3-3.
For the restarted play,
I mean, my goodness, talk about a match, right? A brace on each side, a red card on each side, 6 goals in total, 22 shots in total, 8 corners in total. We've seen everything today, and there's still 15 minutes left here. As both sides are just desperate for those 3 points, it'll all come down here in these last 15 minutes.
Dimabua with the assist, and the humdinger from Nishimura It's all happening here, folks. I said it. I believe that this game is going to end at least 4-3, Fernando. I'm going to stick with it. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I believe there's going to be at least one more goal. Not sure who's going to score it. I'm thinking there are a lot of folks in Louisville, Kentucky who are watching this match. All across California is locked in as well as play is restarted.
Listen, all I'll say is I doubt it'll be a tie.
Golden Bears sideline are standing, many of them arms wrapped around each other, looking for this to be the moment when they perhaps ignite their season. Eric Duncan trying to turn and get on the end of that one, but instead it's cut out nicely by the Cardinals, and then it's a lovely, lovely ball that's sprayed across the pitch and finds number 13, Michael Lee, who's now running mazily. Knighton gets stuck in. Strong tackle.
Knighton having great energy off the bench here. Doing a great job in this game, being explosive, fighting for the ball, and he's been doing that. Griffin has recognized that throughout the season and is giving him more of an opportunity here. As when we talked before the game, he mentioned him as one of the guys that's definitely caught his attention this season, and I mean he's showing it off here, so we'll see if he can make something out of it in the remaining 15 minutes as he's on the ball now.
Knighton picking up the ball, shooting. And the clock hasn't started, Fernando, on the on-field clock, that is.
Yeah,
referee's taking a look at that now, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like that caught their attention.
Knighton may have been better served to slip Adimabua in on that one, but you also would like to see that from Knighton to be able to, decide or make the decision to have a crack. He scored one. He scored a game winner on his birthday in LA. He was looking to perhaps replicate that here.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going to do that, you need a better strike, right? That looked more like a pass than a shot, but again, that's the confidence you want to see at this point in the game. There's still 12-plus minutes left in this match, and right now what you need is opportunities being taken, shots being taken. So can't blame the kid, but just got to be smarter about how you're going to take those opportunities here in the 12 minutes remaining in this match.
It's a physical match. That's been a theme. Offside is called. The only thing that's left is the cherry on top, the game-winning goal. 4-3 will be a fitting score line. Both teams could probably feel justified in feeling that they should be the ones to win it. Parity has been restored here. Teams are tied for the first time in the 75th minute here, or 77th minute now. The Louisville Cardinals have been enjoying a lead for most of the match. Scored their first goal in the 20th minute, and a second goal in the 22nd minute, both by Gabe Guerra, who is no longer on the pitch, having picked up a straight red card. And so it'll be interesting to see who will be the goal scorer for the Cardinals to be able to get the win. Certainly, all across the pitch, there's goal scoring potential. And their head coach, John Hayden, told us in pre-match he doesn't care who does the job. It could be anybody. And so he'll be looking for anybody, to get that fourth goal and perhaps help the Cardinals to get their first ACC victory of the season.
And listen, you best believe as soon as a goal gets scored, it's going to be park the bus, whoever that is.
It's interesting because with 77 minutes or the 75th minute before the goal, some would say they could have tried to park the bus then, but others would say it's too soon for that, right? And whether the bus was parked or not, Gaku Nishimura said, I'm going to pull up that handbrake and I'm going to find space and time and strike one, so I don't care if it's parked or not. I'm going to find the back of the net.
And listen, I mean, they also weren't parked because they were a man up. They were a man up, but I mean, again, silly mistakes, unnecessary fouls being taken place in unnecessary positions on the field. So California thankful for that. Immediately after the red card, we just see a banger. And California's going to try to make something out of it now. Oh. As a foul's been called here. But, I mean, that's the situation in today's game. And I think it'll stand true for the remaining 10 minutes of this match, which is whoever can seize the opportunity that's presented is going to walk away a winner here today.
This match is on a knife's edge. It's delicately poised. There's electricity in the stadium. There's an energy. There's an anticipation. There's a sense that this could be a key moment for either team. Both teams need this win desperately. 11 minutes to go. Really 10 minutes to be exact. And both teams, coaches.
Ooh. I'm not sure about that. Referee's got to make that call. I'm not sure about that. Looked like an elbow to the face of Justin Knighton, and then I'm not sure what the Cardinal player did there, just stepping over him. Again, going back to the unnecessary fouls that we've seen on each side, I'm not sure if that's what you want to be doing 10 minutes out, regardless if it's a foul or not. But
Knighton is waving off the assistants. He's saying he's okay. The contact may have been inadvertent. The Cardinals' responses, they look perhaps having a difference of opinion as relates to the intensity of together. But Knighton's reaction would suggest that he was certainly in discomfort. Glad to see him back on his feet.
Let's go, crowd. Let's go.
the issue here is now he steps off the field. We'll be let back on pretty shortly after, but again, Cal goes down a man here in this situation.
We appreciate our audience that's watching all across the country, all across the world, perhaps. Getting messages from many of you. We hear you. We see you.
I see the alum for men's soccer, Cal men's soccer here, all the way in the East Coast. A quick shout out to George Abuna, Colin Travasos. I know they're watching, so shout out to my former teammates, all the Golden Bears across the country.
I love it. I love it. And we're getting other messages as well. Folks who were saying the Bears are battling. I would love to get a message from someone from Louisville. I've got some colleagues and folks there. Let's see if any of them are watching. Maybe there's a Louisville fan that will send us a message at Cal, DEIBJ, on social media. We want to make sure you're engaged with us. We know you could be doing anything else, but it's 8:11, perhaps where you are, I believe. And certainly we appreciate you hanging with us. So let us know that you're watching. Send us a message at Cal, DEIBJ on Instagram or Twitter. Perhaps we can give you a shout out before the end here. But we're grateful for you watching and staying with us, as well as the Golden Bear fans that are locked in also. Knighton making it uncomfortable. We've had two players into the pitch for the first time for the Cardinals. Bilal Kamara from Paris, France. Fernando, it's a sophomore who's coming to pitch for the first time. He may know a thing or two about the Petit Pont. And number 18, Ethan Sabakin, he's from Cooper City. And he's number 18. He's a forward. So they've brought on two attacking-orientated players, which would suggest that they're looking to get the win as well.
I don't think either side cares for splitting a point here. I think both sides want the win, and they need the win. They don't want the win. They need the win.
This run here looks similar to a run that led to the third goal for the Cardinals. This time it's pulled back. Sprayed nicely to Kamara. The French player starting. Now two defenders on him. Will he be able to beat all three?
Justin Knighton, my goodness, what an effort. He's doing everything on the attacking side. He's coming back down to help his right back, Isaiah Thomas, defend there. So great, very, very well done by him as he steps off the field just now. Or is it a substitution? No, it looks like he'll be heading to the left flank of the field. And it's Alfredo Ortiz that's come off.
Michael Luckhurst has made his way on the pitch for the first time today. He's a Santa Barbara, California native, forward, sophomore. He's joined the fray. Exciting time to come on for someone as well, Fernando. When you want to endear yourself to your team and you can come in a time like this, 10 minutes to go.
It's also a huge compliment, right? Hey, we need a winner. Who can I put on the field? So I think big ups to him, and hopefully he can make something out of it.
Golden Bears building nicely. Duncan to Thomas.
Well done by Isaiah Thomas.
Aguilera, demonstrative, full of personality. Disappointed with the call there.
Here we go. Kevin Carmichael staying back. Has a great header to him, but can't be risking it in the back line at the moment.
Dimabu with the long throw. Finds Carmichael. Carmichael toe pokes it. Luckhurst finds a good cross.
Oh.
Ball wasn't brought down as well as it needed to have been.
Leonard Griffin yelling to Marco Brocker, wait until they get back onside, as the California Golden Bears forwards were tracking back, but led to nothing there with the foul. Keep an eye out for the right side here.
Trouble. Ooh, what a save by Brocker. That's critical because at the back post was lurking. D'Argento was there looking to knock the ball into the back of the net, but Brocker makes a key save and now collects the ball at the back and sprays it nicely to Duncan, who's looking to reignite the Golden Bears attack. Duncan with the meg. Eric Duncan, strong, feisty, fearless, and he's already on the brace with 2 goals early in the match.
Talk about the confidence a brace will give you. Nice little elastico for that nutmeg.
I mentioned it earlier, in France, they call that a petit pont. I'm not sure if Eric Duncan speaks French, but in Jamaica, you say, man, he legged him, man. That was great work by Duncan.
But also talk about Marco Brocker. What a phenomenal save there. I mean, could have completely changed the game as we're watching right now, but does very well to put his foot out and maintain the score.
5 minutes ago, folks, you don't want to go anywhere. You might even want to tell somebody about this match. Spread the word, tell the family, send it to the family group chat, let them know that this match is happening. 5 minutes to go. We anticipate that if there isn't a game winner, there's certainly going to be at least 1 or 2 more chances that are going to make you shout and cheer and maybe throw something at your phone or your television. Carmichael to the goal scorer. Nishimura. Here
we go. That's what you want to see if you're California.
Golden Bears. Ball maybe a little too close to the keeper. Luckhurst goes high and strong.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one. Goalkeeper gets away with it as Luckhurst just gets up and tries to make the best of that opportunity, but
that's anybody's ball there. It's a 50-50 ball. Certainly referees seek to protect goalkeepers in that
as
moment.
they should.
Yeah, so certainly that was, both of them had a right to go for it. Not surprised by the call, but most attackers, we don't like that call, but referee was probably consistent with how it would typically be called in a moment like that. Goalkeeper rises high. Glad he's okay. They both came down a little awkwardly. The Golden Bears are putting the ball in dangerous areas and asking questions of this Louisville Cardinals defense. Luckhurst getting a little bit fancy, trying to do a back heel from an interesting location there. Not sure that was the play that Coach Leonard Griffin would have been hoping for.
Definitely not. Definitely not the preferred option. Bracken Serra had the option to find Medellista, but wasn't able to earlier on, which may have been a mistake.
My coaches in Bermuda would say, play where you're facing. In other words, play the ball to the person in front of you rather than trying to do the audacious. Ball is out wide to Kamara, who may want to do the audacious. Good pass. That's a good pass. This is trouble.
Well done by Medellista to just clear the ball. 3 minutes remaining. It's anybody's game here. Adima Bua on the turn.
That's a professional foul. He knows it. That's a yellow card. It's a card that you take in that moment when Nanso Adima-Bua rolls 2 defenders and he's off to the races. You take that card. It's frustrating, though, as an attacker when someone does that, but that's a professional foul. And that's why you don't get an unnecessary yellow card early in the match, so that in the 87th minute you can do that for your team.
Listen, I've criticized the players quite a bit today for their silly mistakes, their silly fouls, very, very unnecessary red cards. But this specifically, that's a smart foul. That's probably what you want to see at the 88th minute of this matchup, the way it's planning out. So here we go.
Lockhurst!
Oh! Offside. Offside has been called, but it was a save in the post that may have kept the Cardinals alive if it were not for that offside call.
This match feels like a volcano, Fernando. You can just sense that the Golden Bears sideline, they just want to erupt.
Carmichael is everywhere, the veteran center back, looking for the header in one end of the field, tracks back and gets fouled off the header in his own half. He is everywhere, and like I said, I think his stats as they're tracking them on that little tracker of theirs must be skyrocketing throughout this match as soon as the Golden Bears went down to 10.
Eric Duncan with another good header. Ball makes his way to Knighton. It's a good cross. Could be for Lockhurst. Lockhurst just needed to have kept his eye on that one. Ball was there for him.
He did a great job to get Ogunleye off of him, but yeah, just missed that header. There's 90 seconds left in this match. Can anything happen?
Oh, the full squad of the Golden Bears are standing. The body language of the Cardinals is they're sort of sitting on the bench. There's a difference in body language. Both teams certainly eager to get the winner. A tie seems a little anticlimactic.
A little.
A tie may even feel like a loss for both teams, potentially.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Clock has not been stopped. It has been running throughout the foul. And with 50 seconds left, here come the Cardinals. Here we go. Goal kick.
45 seconds. Brocker picks up a ball. This is a match you really want some stoppage time. If there was stoppage time, if ever there was stoppage time in college soccer. But perhaps 30 seconds could be enough for one more chance for either team. Right now, it looks like it would be the Golden Bears. They're going to have to move quickly. Gaku is open. The ball is back to Carmichael, who's now going long. Adima-Bua finds his way to it. Finds Duncan.
10.
Opportunity.
9,
The cross.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
A tie it is, and both teams remain looking for their first ACC win of the season.
Final score,